Sometimes I like the beat just to ride. I know the Higgins like, hurry up. I want the beat just to ride.
Little Tekanina on a Monday.
Yeah, it's game time, man. Big game 2 tonight up in Sacramento. Series will shift to Chase Thursday, 4:20. Come on. Got a big one tonight in Sacramento. Warriors, they've never been down 0-2 in the best-of-7 series under Steve Kerr. Sacramento feeling good. Sacramento feeling like they didn't play their best basketball. You know, we got Will up there in Sacramento giving us all the stats. All right, it's fine, Will. I'm glad you're listening, Will. I love you. Thanks for listening. Glenn and Vallejo, real quick before we get to Kenny Thomas. Glenn, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, what's up, fellas? You know, the one thing I haven't heard a lot of people talk about is rebounding. I mean, it's just game 1, but, you know, we played a decent defense, and you can't get a board. Second chance opportunities are going to kill you. We lost by 1 possession, right? So, I mean, I would worry if we played our best game and lost, but we played a decent game. We lost by one possession. And, you know, we could criticize Steve Kerr, but it's his job to make the adjustments, right? So I'm not worried. I think we're going to change it up this game and turn it up.
All right. Thanks for the call. Thanks for the call, Glenn. 888-957-9570. After we get Kenny Thomas off the airways, we're going to take your calls. Biggest adjustment. The Warriors need to make for game number 2. Come on, D'Lo. D'Lo's.
Are you asking me?
Biggest adjustment.
Why are you distracted by D'Lo? What happened?
Oh man, he's texting and tweeting at me.
Oh, me or you?
Me. He's texting at me.
Okay.
Said I'm worse than your Twitter fan base.
Oh. Wow. I do like how he's like, what do they call that person in the courtroom who has to dictate all of the
court jester? No,
what's the person like they have
typewriting?
Yeah, they're typewriting the transcripts.
Yeah,
I feel like he's transcribing the morning roast every day.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
He is.
Sam, you might get replaced by Damian. Sam, like, more time to ask Gabe Kapler questions.
All right, let's talk.
I do think that the offensive rebounding is obviously an element. And
17-9 Sacramento advantage.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And people could laugh at this. I thought Alex Len gave him some good minutes. I thought he rebounded well. He blocked a Draymond shot. He finished a couple of times around the rim. They tried to go zone. Right. They just tic-tac-toed that zone to death, and then they had to switch it up. Like, they got a lot of little small contributions. I know some of their bigger players, you know, Keegan Murray and Herter didn't have great shooting games, and obviously Sabonis didn't either. I thought they had a really balanced floor game from some of the other guys.
No doubt. Let's get Kenny Thomas on here. The pride of New Mexico. Of course, longtime Sacramento King, plays 6 seasons with the Sacramento Kings, 4 in Houston, and of course 3 in Philly. Does a great job on Kings pre- and post-game NBC Sports California. He doesn't get as wild as Kyle Draper. Kyle Draper has been talking that talk, talking that we stuff. But Kenny Thomas was talking that talk Saturday night up at the G1C. I love you, Kenny. Welcome to the Morning Roast here on 95.7 The Game. Kenny, I know we'll talk about your golf game in just a second because Shasky's very eager to talk about your the way you shot yesterday. But game 1 takeaways. What's your biggest game 1 takeaway, Kenny, as we say good morning to you?
Man, what's up, fellas? I appreciate you guys having me on. Come on, man. You know you my guy.
Yes, sir.
More than to come on whenever, bro.
Yes, sir.
Man, this is a very unique situation, right? Because last year, man, I was in a situation where the Kings were horrible last year, my first time being on TV. And then all of a sudden this year, everybody was hoping that there'd be a playing team. Next thing you know, here they are playing the Warriors, man, the champs. And at the same time, we got to talk our crap before the show, man, even though we didn't figure out what that bet was. But I know you got the chills right now based off of game 1.
Oh.
But at the same time, we can figure out that bet.
Y'all didn't shake on it live on there. Y'all got quiet on me. Y'all got quiet on me live on there.
You know what, Kenny? I'll make this bet with you. I'll make this bet with you right now. Even though I'm down in the hole. No, I'll make this bet.
I already know where
do you golf at in Sacramento?
Man, you horrible, bro. And yeah, we could play for a round of golf. Are you kidding me? I'm all over. Yesterday I was at Valley High. They take care of me out there. There's a lot of guys out there. One of my good friends, Adam, and another group of guys of like 10, 12 guys. We get to play out there. Excuse me. They allow me to come out there on Sundays when I have some free time. But, man, Game one was rocking, man. Hey, let me tell you something. Keegan Murray's gonna come out and have a great game today.
All right, so all right, we'll make the bet then. Here, we'll do a home and home. Whatever happens, whoever wins the series, all right, the other person's got to host that guy on a golf, and Bonte's got to show up. He'll be in the cart talking smack. He'll be like our Jim Nance. He'll be on the ground. Here's what I want to ask you though. Forget Keegan Murray for a second. What was the number one thing?
Hey, he said forget Keegan. I got you though. Go ahead,
what was the thing that surprised you the most? Was it Sabonis struggling? Was it Monk exploding? I know he's been very good for you guys off the bench, but what was the thing from a Kings perspective that surprised you most?
And just to put this out there, we got to add Drapes to that foursome.
Okay.
Oh, no, I don't know if I can handle Drapes. I don't know if I can handle Drapes, man. I don't know about that one.
I like slaying two guys with one club all day.
Man, you probably a stick too, man. I'm like a 12 right now. Are you kidding me?
That's a good humble brag.
That is good. Kenny gets down on the course, man.
I'm okay.
You better stop talking, Shazzy.
I'm okay. I'm ready.
Man, the thing about it is, man, Sabonis has been playing great ball all year, right? I mean, we expect him to come out and play better than what he did, and he had a double-double, man. The fact that Sabonis only had 3 fouls, which is a huge component because he has to be on the floor. But like you said, man, Alex Len came out and played great. But the fact that DeAaron Fox started off a little slow and then he decided to turn it on, because he's becoming that guy and realizing that he has to step up from the standpoint of when guys are going on runs. It has to be him because he's great, especially at coming downhill and getting inside the paint. I don't think anybody can stop him, especially with his speed and when he turns it on, and the fact that he's been able to change up his gears and know when to like turn it on and when to go different speeds and all that stuff, man. But the nice thing about it is Mike Brown came from you guys, man, and even though Mike Brown's been in the league for a while, he's come over here to the Kings and he set a certain standard, man. And I was able to meet Mike Brown back when I was like 19, 20 years old when he was doing the Gergovich camp, the big man camps in Las Vegas. But he kind of took me under his wing when he was with the Wizards, and ever since then, man, I've just respect him tremendously. And the fact that he even come from the Spurs, man, you guys got to keep that in mind. He's been in certain situations and on certain teams to where it's helped him to be able to progress and even to a better coach than he already was.
No doubt. Kenny Thomas here on No Morning Russ on 95.7 The Game does a great job on NBC Sports California with the Kings pre and post with Kyle Draper, Morgan, Matt Barnes, a company. They were rolling up there at the G1C Saturday night. Do you believe, Kenny, that Fox could continue this play, not offensively, but defensively, which, you know, picking up Steph full court like he did in the first and fourth quarter? Do you think Fox can keep that energy up, chasing around an all-time great like Steph Curry?
Oh, man, yeah, he can. Klay Thompson said it great after the game the other night. He said De'Aaron Fox he didn't even look like he broke a sweat in the stuff that he was doing, right? But De'Aaron Fox is the type of point guard that can go all day, right? He's kind of like Steph. It seems like they don't get tired. Steph is a guy you got to stay connected to. But at the same time, Mitchell came in, man, and had a great defensive moment right there in certain ways. And he comes in off the bench and does what he does. Like, that's going to help the situation when it comes to De'Aaron Fox start guarding Steph. But speaking of Monk, man, he's the X factor for me. This guy can come out and get shots up real quick. But I love the fact that how the bench has been very productive, because the fact that Keegan and Herter had bad games, and then the bench came in, especially Monk came in and covered the slack.
What do you think? What do you think is a sustainable part of what you did to slow down the Warriors? What's a carryover? Is it forcing misses from the 3-point line? Is it creating turnovers? What do you think is sustainable?
I think it's getting in the passing lanes with the Warriors. I mean, obviously, it wasn't a great defensive game, and it's going to come down to 50-50 balls because there's going to be a lot of long shots, especially because the Warriors do get up a lot of threes. And at the same time, I think the Warriors' interior isn't as solid as it usually is from the defensive perspective because, man, we got to keep in mind, like, even tonight, it's going to be up there, probably around 120, 130. Probably that same, around those same numbers, even though the Kings are averaging like 122 to 123 points a game.
Kenny, you look at the Warriors from the Warriors angle. What did you think of Andrew Wiggins not playing a game for over 2 months. How difficult is
Yeah.
that? You played in the league. You played for a long time. You're a productive power forward for a long time. How impressive was that for a guy to not play for over 2 months and come into that game in that environment with that intensity and still play a pretty damn good basketball game?
Man, I was very surprised because not being a part of here, let me rephrase that. I was very surprised from the standpoint of him coming in and being gone because, man, your timing and all of that could be off. But obviously, it looked like he was still working out wherever he was because he even came in there. He didn't even look like he was winded or anything because the thing about Wiggins, he's a key part of their offense. But I think he gets shots because everybody drifts towards Clay and Steph and Poole to where Wiggins is able to do more things. But I think he's huge and crucial on the defensive end because he needs to get in there and mix it up with them. As far as rebounding, I think rebounding is going to be a huge key part. But Wiggins, I expect him to probably get some. I mean, I expect him to get more minutes tonight because it didn't seem like he played that much.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of the very end sequence with Sabonis and Draymond getting tussled up? I mean, you're a guy that used to probably tussle it up with people. While I was watching in real time, the camera was panning as the ball's going up court, and it looked to me like I don't know who brought who down. I don't know, but it did look. I'm like, Draymond, do not get a tech here. Do not get a flagrant. And it looked like he gave him the Rikishi, like the butt slam down on Sabonis. What was your thoughts of that? I'm glad they let him play through it.
Man, they are supposed to let them play through certain things like that, especially at the end of the game. And it's the playoffs. The playoffs is totally different than the regular season. It's way more physical, and there's a lot of calls that's just not going to be called. So you got to anticipate the contact and go with the flow and just play through it. The thing about it is, man, Green, he tries to get in people's heads. Mm-hmm. And he plays with a certain chip on his shoulder, which is what I like because I felt like I did the same thing. And you try and take people out of their element to get them off their game. If you remember, earlier in the game, Draymond had a situation with Trey Lyles.
Oh, yeah, he clapped right in his face.
Yeah. And Trey, it was a hard foul. It's the playoffs. So if Draymond did that, it's cool. But the way Trey flipped it on him, right, from the standpoint of he ain't backing down, he looked at him. And then next thing you know, Draymond's on the line, but you could tell Draymond wanted some of that smoke, right, to a certain extent. But at the same time, Trey stood his ground.
No doubt. So, Kenny, how does game 2 go? Jordan Poole's questionable, by the way, with an ankle injury. He twisted his ankle with 52 seconds left. We have no idea if he's going to play, which may mean more minutes for Jonathan Kuminga. How does game 2 go? How do you see it playing out here?
Kuminga's a good guy, man, from the standpoint of being active and being aggressive as far as attacking the rim. But if Poole's out, obviously, he's a little baby Steph from the standpoint of being able to knock down treys and do certain things. But if Jordan Poole's out, man, it's kind of like Steph. It's going to come down to where you have to get up in him and do certain things. But, man, this second game, nobody expected the Kings to win the first game to a certain extent. Obviously, the odds were against them, and I know you guys are going for the Warriors, obviously, but at the same time, I think the Kings are about to dethrone somebody right now. And I'm going to tell y'all my prediction as soon as you ask me. I can't wait to put
What's your prediction?
Well, what's your prediction? Because obviously you're picking them to win game 2. You think the Kings are going to win in 5, huh?
No. Come on, man. It is the Warriors. I think six in the Bay.
In the Bay, they're going to throw the Warriors at Chase Center, where they lost 1 game last year in the postseason and 8 games this year in the regular season.
Man, no, I don't care. The Kings are better on the road, bro. The Kings are solid at home.
Oh, man.
Man, y'all don't want to come up there tonight anyway, and you got to work, so you can't. If you came up there, man, I know y'all used to y'all arena being loud, but Golden One Center was unreal, man, last night. Apple Watches were going off. It was insane.
Yeah, I heard you didn't get much sleep after Saturday night. No, I'm kidding.
I came to the crib, man. All them people out there, man.
Man, I wish we were up there at the Golden One Center. Oh, my gosh, because I know the city of Sacramento can't stand us right now. We've been talking best on their stations, ESPN 1320 with D-Lo and KC. People in Sacramento can't stand Shasky and Bonte. I wish I was making my presence up there felt just to see you guys in person walk out the arena very quietly with your head down saying, Oh, damn. Well, it was fun while it lasted. Now back to Chase Center. So it is what it is, Kitty. We'll see you tonight.
The nice thing about it is that Game 3 we're gonna be in No, you guys are at the arena, man.
Yeah, I know. We'll maybe do another crossover tonight on NBC Sports Bay Area.
They
We'll
might
see
let
about
you
that.
use the big studio, I heard.
I know. They had us in a small studio for the crossover, man. I don't know how they do it. The minor felt like I was in the minors, man. It's like, is this TV or is this college TV?
Hey, man, in that little studio, and think about it, they have me and Matt.
I know.
And Kyle at the table. It wasn't even Morgan. And it was me, Matt, Morgan earlier this year, man. Y'all still get the big studio regardless, but that got to change soon.
Nah, I mean, you got to win a championship first, not a Pacific Division title. Come on, Kitty. You're a good sport, man.
Thanks, Kenny.
Kitty, always love,
Golf
man.
still
Love talking
stands.
to you.
You've got a deal.
Always, man. I appreciate you guys. Hey, people out there, follow me, Kenny Thomas NBA. I got some things going on, man. I got a wine coming out, some other stuff. Check me out.
Absolutely.
Work
He's
on
got
that
a lot.
putter, dog.
Say it again.
I said work on that putter. Drive for dough, putt for show.
Hey, man, you better YouTube me, bro. Hey, I'm unreal around the basket. My touch is unreal.
Yeah, he's pretty damn good.
I will put that to the test.
It's off the tee box right now, man. I'll be trying to smash it.
I'm trying to smash it on PJ Tour and PS5. That's what I'm doing.
That is the game.
That is the game. Kitty,
right,
man,
buddy.
have fun tonight, man. We'll be tapped in.
All right, fellas. Appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. Kitty Thomas, a really good dude, man.